Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Gina Campanella. Thank you all so much for joining us this afternoon. I am very excited for the presentation that Campanella Law Office was able to bring to you today. We have Elinor Cohen with us of the Just Me company. And as you saw from Elinor's wonderful emails that she was able to provide to you all in advance, she's going to be speaking to you today about how to create a mission and a message that will really build a community of people that love your work, love your business, a lot about just personal branding and marketing. I first met Elinor a few months ago through some common colleagues, and we immediately clicked, and I knew that she was someone that I needed to bring to my clients. Elinor is a creative marketer. She's a confidence coach, and she has been doing marketing both online and globally for agencies, companies, as well as a consultant for over 15 years. If there is a marketing channel that has existed, Elinor has probably tested it and worked with it extensively. She has lived and worked abroad for 10 years and has seen to the back end of all kinds of companies and industries. She's created thousands of marketing strategies. She's managed millions of dollars in ad spending, spoken at digital marketing conferences, has been published in industry magazines, and consulted to one of the biggest brands in online gaming. I am so happy that Elinor has agreed to meet with all of you today. I am so happy that Elinor has come into our circle and our world. I'm going to let her get away.
Thank you so much, Gina. That was a great, beautiful introduction. And thank you everyone for joining today. I'm very excited to always excited to speak to smart business owners who care about their community and want to create impact and just do good with their business, to fuel their business for doing good. So today I'm going to teach you how to create a mission and message that will create a community of people that love your work. If you haven't already received it, Gina has sent the worksheet to go along with this webinar. And if you look in the chat, it's there. And I'm just going to chat it to you one more time, just in case you haven't seen it. All you have to do is click on it, enter your name and email, and you will receive a link for it. And you'll also receive a link for it in your inbox so that you have it forever and ever and can use it. All right, awesome. So let's begin. Let's see. Mouse needs to work. Okay, so my first question to you is, what if you just met someone at a park and they asked you what you do? What would you say to them? And pre-COVID days, by the way, this slide used to say, if you just met someone at a party, what would you say to them? Write it down for just a brief moment. Write it down, just take a pen and paper. If you have a journal with you, write down what you would say. And how does that sound to you? Does it sound unique? Does it sound ordinary? Does it sound like there's a million like you, or do you sound unique? And even if you don't have a business yet, and you're just thinking about it, that's okay. Write it down as if you were doing it now anyway. And I'd love for you to type in the chat what you wrote down. If you have a business, please also tell us how long you've been in business. So I'm just going to wait a couple seconds for you to type it in to see what kind of answers I receive. This is a workshop style type of webinar, so we're going to go back and forth. There's going to be some writing, some reflection on your end, and I really would love to get to know everybody who's on this call. We can't see each other, and you can only hear me, so I'd just like to know what kind of business you have or what you're thinking about, and what you would say to someone if you met them at a park and they asked you what you do. I'll pause for just a few seconds. Waiting to see what comes up in the chat. All right, so I'll wait for you guys to type it in the chat, and we're just going to move on to the next slide. I think I skipped a couple of slides ahead. Okay, what I know to be true. So why did I ask you this question? I asked you this question because every single person has a personal mission inside of them. And it's really up to us as individuals to empower that mission or that set of beliefs that are at the core of your life and business, because they didn't drop out of the sky and onto your lap. At least this is what I deeply believe. And I see this desire to go on a mission as a gift, an idea, an inkling of innovation that you were given so that you can express these gifts in this lifetime and through your business. And your gifts are meant to be shared. They're not meant to stay in your head or to be left in a notebook or for you to express them when something specific happens. They're meant to be shared today, right now, cultivated and amplified. And again, they aren't a fluke. I want to remind you that this isn't a coincidence, something you just hopped on by chance. They are here inside of you because they are meant to be expressed. So whatever it is that you're doing today, whatever it is that you're passionate about, maybe it is a hobby, maybe it's even like, you know, something that's related to your business and not directly having to do with your business. It didn't just drop into your lap for no reason. It's there on purpose. So what is your purpose? What do you believe your purpose is? If you're anything like me, you're a seeker. You want to find that mission and to have that meaning in your work. And you want to create impact. I know this is true because you are on this webinar workshop. People come to me to help them unearth their purpose. And I like to tell them, the fact that you are in existence is your purpose, and you can choose to experience your purpose in any which way you want, in a meaningful way or non-meaningful way, whichever way you want. So your purpose really is your existence here on this planet. And you can choose on how to amplify that purpose or how to experience it, right? And you have chosen to experience it in a meaningful way because you are a business owner. You took the path less traveled. You didn't start this because they thought it was easy. And if you thought it was easy, or if your business is easy, please I'd love to have a chat with you. Because as you know, as business owners, that is not an easy path. You have by design taken a seat at the table of leadership just because you have a business. People know you, like you, trust you. They give you money in exchange for your service and product. They look to you to take a stand in something, to solve some kind of problem for them. They look to your thought leadership in whatever manner you have solved their problems to. So remember, you started a business for a reason. You started your business because you were advocating for something. And maybe that something isn't clear to you right now, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes and clarify this. But write this down. I have it in the worksheets, and also if you just have a piece of paper and a journal. My purpose in this lifetime is to exist. How I choose to experience and live out that purpose is blank. Whatever it is that you want to fill in there is perfect. If you want to share that, please do. Whatever you think your purpose, or what purpose your business serves in this lifetime. So why do I believe this is important, especially now? So just so you know, my mission is to help people find their voice and deeper meaning in their work so that they can tap into their gifts, be of service, create impact, and make money just by being themselves. And during this time specifically, when all the big retailers and big stores are shutting down, it really is up to us small and medium business owners to keep the cash circulating in our communities. And we need, when I am getting paid, I pay the local farmers market, I pay the local dance studio, I practice yoga, I pay, even though yoga's in Zoom now, I pay my daughter's, activities. I like to keep the cash circulating, and I like my community to thrive. And also, when you tap into your mission and use it as your compass, it doesn't matter in what capacity you express it. Your business can fuel it, but your products and services can be tweaked and shifted to serve your customers and your community in more meaningful ways and according to what is happening in the world. And this will always make you valuable, no matter what uncertain conditions fall into your lap or into our lap in this world, a pandemic, a failing economy, natural disasters. When you are valuable to your community, you will always be in business. You just have to tap into your mission, message, and clients' needs. And right now, more than ever, we need our businesses to stay alive, and we need to share our deepest heart's message and mission with our network, with our friends, families, and customers, because people also want meaning and want to be part of a cause. Not everyone is meant to create a cause. Not everyone is meant to have a business. But you took this seat at the table of leadership, and people are looking to you. And since you are here, I know you are made to lead a mission that will help a lot of people. So please keep this in mind as we go through this. What if you could speak about your work with so much passion and excitement that people would line right up to talk to you about working together? So if you think about going back to what you said to the person in the park that asked you what you're doing, when you think about your work and your products and services, do you get excited? How do you market your business in your day-to-day and not just in formulated campaigns and advertisements? The truth is, today, people are very, very distracted. The World Wide Web is getting more crowded. Online platforms like Facebook and Google make it easy for everyone to advertise, and everyone is posting all over social media because it is free marketing. As human beings, so many things are trying to capture our attention. Most people I meet these days are not focused. And so how do you stand out? And I think it's by talking about your mission and telling your story. Standing out by standing up and sharing yourself. Talking about what is important to you and what you want to achieve, how you want to help others, how you practice what you preach, that's your integrity, what your life looks like, rather than features of your products and services and discounts and holiday sales. If there is something I wish I worked on early on in my business, it's creating a clear mission and concise messaging from the beginning and letting my clients in on who I am as a person. Now, this doesn't mean I have to air out the trash on social media. I know a lot of people say, I like my life to be private. I don't like to share my personal life on social media, but it doesn't mean that at all. It just means that you let them know about your values, your beliefs, and what you stand for, what you like, what you dislike, and really show them the whole of you. And most business owners think that they just have to create great products and services. Well, and that's very important. This is true, and it's very important. The truth is that what will set you apart is your mission and the energy with which you relate to other human beings. Showing your audience your multi-level layers of humanity will pique their interest and get them to trust you and come to you. When you share your mission and message, it will reach the people that it resonates with, right? And they will come to you because it resonates with them. There's no need to chase after people once you tap into your mission and message, and you will see people coming to you once you start sharing purposely and actively, intentionally. Now, don't let this overwhelm you. You already know what you stand for. We are just going to fine tune it and make it super clear. And I get it, putting yourself out there, your authentic self. I talk a lot about putting your authentic self out there will get people on board more quickly with your mission and what you are trying to accomplish. Even if you don't have a business yet, you can tell people what you're up to and how you want to help people. Just come out with it and tell them what you want to achieve. It can feel sometimes too much, but you are the CEO of your business and your life. So you get to decide what is too much or too little and what works for you. And if you do this over time, it will start feeling more and more comfortable just showing up as you in your community. Really, my goal is to help every single business owner, every single person who has a mission to unearth that and just show up as them in their authentic voice without any stringent structures or formalities, and just telling people what they're about and how they want to help people. And it just feels so much more comfortable and aligned. You don't feel like you don't have to pretend that you're someone that you're not. So Gina did introduce me a little bit, but I'm just going to give you another short debrief about me. So like she said, I'm a creative marketer and confidence coach. I've been doing marketing online and globally for agencies and companies and my own business for over 15 years. So all these things that I'm telling you and all these questions that I'm about to ask you come from this 15 years of working the back end of many businesses in many industries, really big businesses and really, really small, tiny solopreneur businesses. There's really no marketing channel or type of marketing I haven't touched and tested with my own hands, from online advertising in Google and Facebook to copywriting, writing lots of copy and testing the kind of copy that gets people to buy, like, engage with your services. My resume is pretty solid. If there's something I know well, it's how to inspire people to take action and speak up about what matters most to them, and the psychology behind customers buying, not buying, engaging with your products and services. And also, I'm a runner, a yoga instructor, and mama to one redhead boss. You can see the picture below. She is my true boss. And I also want you to know, this is super important, that self-promotion and marketing do not have to feel hard, stuffy, sneaky, sleazy, or out of integrity. And this is something that a lot of business owners come to me with. They want to put their mission out there. They want their businesses to grow. They want to increase their roster of clients. They want to have repeat clients. But there's one thing that holds them back, and that's self-promotion. A lot of people have a difficult time promoting themselves. So for over 7 years in my business, I've been helping smart business owners who have a calling to do impact in their community create their legacies and body of work by clarifying their message and speaking about it broadly and confidently so the right clients come to them. And I just want you to note this, the right clients. Not all the clients, the right clients come to them so they can make the impact that they want to make. Putting yourself out there as your most authentic self will help you feel like your marketing is actually of service to others. And why would you keep your mission to yourself? You have such a beautiful, all of you have such beautiful businesses and ways that you want to impact your communities and possibly the world. Why would you keep it to yourself, right? If you don't put yourself out there, who's going to know about it? And I get the overwhelm. This is me. This is a picture I like to share about me. When I get overwhelmed, this happens to me all the time, and I work through this all the time using my own signature methods, especially for taking a stand for something I believe in and something that is my heart's message and putting myself out there in front of a lot of people. It gets very overwhelming and intimidating, and I find myself eating peanut butter at the counter with carrots. This happens to me very often. Raise your hand or chat to me in the comments if this has happened to you too. But if you're not going to be visible to your audience in a meaningful way, how are they going to know that you can help them? They're not going to know. That's the thing. You need to put yourself out there consistently over time in your most authentic self so that people will love you. Okay, so my goal today is to have you see that you already have a mission and message inside of you. Self-promotion and marketing your business is a service to others. Your words are significant and people are waiting to hear from you right this minute. You don't need anything outside of you in order to create impact with your business this minute, like I said before. And you can show up as just your authentic self in your marketing and enroll clients easily. This is my goal for you today. And this has worked for small business owners and solopreneurs. My signature method has worked for people who are transitioning into their practice and want to create more meaning, business owners who want to be leaders in their communities and just do good, anyone who has been wanting to speak up about something they believe in, anyone who has a business and wants to love their work and promote themselves in the most authentic and ethical way possible. So think about this for a moment. The fact that you have a business means you are advocating for something. And I'm just going to share in case new people have joined, I'm just going to share the worksheet link again with you so that you guys can just click on it, sign up really quickly, and and just download the worksheet so you can follow along. So the fact that you have a business means you are advocating for something. What is the thing for which you are advocating? This would be a good time to just jot it down. Even if you have a specific kind of practice, let's just say you're a medical specialist or you're a traditional Western medical doctor turned integrative nutritionist. I'm making these up from typical clients that come to me, or maybe you're an esthetician or a realtor, or maybe you're a financial advisor. You started this because of something specific you believed in. Even if you're shifting, even if you are moving in a different direction, you still started your work because of something specific. And even if you're shifting to another kind of practice, or even if you're shifting your products and offerings, that's not going to go away. That is still coming with you wherever you're going. That original desire, mission, heart-centered mission that you had is going to go with you to that new place. It's just going to be cultivated, possibly tweaked and amplified. So let's just say maybe if you're a pediatrician, you wanted to advocate for kids' happiness through health. I'm just throwing out ideas so that you can see how we work through this. Maybe if you're a heart surgeon, you started this work because you believe that people should live long, healthy lives. Maybe if you decided to become an integrative medicine doctor, you believe there was more to medicine than traditional treatments and you want to speak about the body as a holistic system. Maybe if you're an esthetician, you're passionate about helping women's inner beauty shine through their glowing skin. Maybe if you are a realtor, you wanted to help people create their family's legacy by helping them find forever homes. So let's get to the heart of your specific mission and see how we can work through this. Okay, I don't know what is happening here, but I think that I went too quickly. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm going to teach you 2 simple steps to get noticed and put yourself out there consistently. So get your notebook and pen ready and click on the link if you haven't downloaded the worksheets. Now, don't get mad. This is a very simple system and signature process that I use and that I'm going to teach you. We sometimes tend to think that the more complex something is, the more insight it'll bring us. And I think that's the opposite. The more we make things convoluted and complex, the less we can wrap our minds around. And if anybody knows me at all, they know that simplicity is one of my core values. I try to make everything in life and business as simple as possible. All right. So just before we start, I just want to let you know why this is important for your marketing right now. The way of marketing is changing. So as I said before, the online world is forever changing. You have to be present online. Now more than ever, everybody is online. So it's not just because of COVID, but today it's just been, it's an accepted norm that if you have a business and you don't have a digital footprint, meaning you don't have a LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile, reviews, any kind of digital footprint where people could see you online, it's going to look a little bit shady and strange to people. Now, this doesn't mean that it's true. It's just a collective, let's just say, awareness that people have today. People are like, they expect you as a business owner, to have a digital footprint. And if you're already going to be online, then you might as well let people know what is your mission and your message in the most impactful and heart-centered way, right? There is so much noise and so much online marketing and advertising. I already spoke about this before, but just think about this. You can't scroll social media today without being bombarded with an ad. Everyone is online even more now, also because we're cooped up in our homes and also because, now we're working online. So, in between Zoom meetings, I'm sure you've seen people in Zoom meetings like lose focus and probably like open up their Chrome tab and, shop on Amazon or whatever it is. This means what this means for you is that you can no longer stand out with simply talking about the features of your products and promotions and discounts. You will no longer stand out talking about these things because everybody's doing it, right? I'm just going to give you some statistics I dug up about email marketing. Also emails, people are receiving a lot more emails these days. So most people get exposed to 4,000 to 10,000 messages per day in email. People are being saturated with marketing messages like, with marketing messages like this promotion, that discount, that promotion. Over 260 billion emails are sent out daily. This is from a website called Statista that talks about statistics in marketing. Most working professionals read 126 emails per day. And most people spend 13.4 seconds quickly reading an email. So think about this. If you have someone's attention for 13.4 seconds, you really need to be standing out, right? And also, number 3 on my list here is the world is in crisis. A pandemic is happening. People's minds are even more occupied and distressed. There's all these natural disasters. There's the political landscape, which is unstable. And when they see even more content, the same content, they will ignore it. They won't make good decisions about buying, and they certainly won't pay attention to another promotional email. So in conclusion, people are distracted, and it is hard to stand out unless you share your story and your mission and your message. And the truth bomb here is there is no cookie cutter formula to marketing your business and finding a community of people that love your work. Yes, there are cookie cutter ways to run campaigns and advertisements and to write a good format for writing a speech or for speaking. There's actually a million ways to speak. There's cookie cutter formulas to doing specific things, but not to marketing your business, specifically your heart's message and mission, and finding your community of people, because you are the formula. There are gurus that will tell you in order for a business to stand out, you have to have a set of perfected skills, a big advertising budget, hire a lot of people, have a lot of certifications and accolades, and have this facade that everything is perfect and perfectly curated. That you need a fancy website, software, do Facebook ads, complex sales funnels, and as if this is the only way. And when we see other big brands and maybe our competitors doing this, it kind of makes us think this is what we have to do because they're doing it, right? I had a client come to me recently saying to me, she's a successful photographer, and she said to me, by successful I mean she makes 5 to 6 figure months taking very high-end portraits of women. And she said to me, well, my colleagues and my mastermind, they're creating a Facebook groups, and this is how they're promoting their products, and it's really working. And this is so not her jam. This is so not her gift. Her gift is in just creating personalized connections with people and the art of photography. And I said to her, from what place do you think, from what place do you want to do this? Is it because you want to expand your reach and you want to talk to more people, or is it because you think it's going to work because your friends are doing it? And when it's the latter, it becomes clear how even more distracted we are. We're faced and interfaced with so many things that so many people are doing. We forget what is truly ours and our gift and our message and our mission. And this is the only thing that matters when you're a small and medium business. To create a community of people that love your work, you really just need to stand in your authority and expertise and the gifts that are yours and put those out there. And this is exactly what social media does to us today too, by the way. It's a big comparisonitis trap. We buy into methods and systems that other people sell us as if they're the ones that will get our business going. And I'm here to tell you that these gurus are wrong, because you are the formula. You are the formula, and I wish somebody would have told me this years ago when I started my business. But I had to learn the hard way, and I'm going to tell you how to take a shortcut and get more people to love your work and be more visible, and how for you to love marketing your business so that it's less overwhelming and feels like it's in alignment with you. So the secret is What's the secret? The secret is to disrupt the noise with more clarity, simplicity, and specificity. There are people who want your help right this minute. People have specific problems that never went away. They didn't go away because of pandemic. They've only been amplified. They didn't go away because of natural disasters. They've only been amplified. And these people that have these problems, they want to work with the human being behind the business. So even if you just provide tax accounting services, they still, the right people that will come to you, they still want to relate to your humanness. They want you to explain things to them in a certain way. They want to know what is happening in their businesses. They want to work with a human being. And this is how you can step in and be of service. Be a human being, right? Let your customers know that you see them, share your authentic self, and offer to help them. Your goal is to be as visible as possible with your message consistently over time, and to be as clear, concise, and as authentic with people. So when people hear you speak, see you post, or read your email, they'll say, wow, that's interesting and unlike anything I've ever heard before. So you can relax. There is no one way to doing this. Do you see what I mean when I say you are the formula? I've worked with hundreds of business owners on this and companies over the years. And what makes the business expand is the audience, is the people. What makes a business's audience expand is the people behind the business. Because people, in the end, they want to connect with other people. So let's dive in. All right, who's excited? All right, here are the 2 steps. We're going to get clear on your mission and message, and we're going to then find your authentic voice in it. And again, if you haven't downloaded the worksheets, if you just joined us, I noticed that a couple of people have just joined us. I just put a link in the chat. Click on it, register, download the worksheet, and work through the steps as I'm talking about it. And I want to, I'm going to teach you this, and there's just this caveat that I want to put out there. I know some of you are licensed professionals and you have to adhere to some guidelines. Before applying any of this information, I would encourage you to check any professional standards or ethical regulations that you have to apply to your work or that apply to your industry, because some of these things, can get a little bit, because sometimes you have to abide by certain words that you can put out there. But I don't think this is too edgy and too risky. I think that you'll find this very much in tune with what you're already doing. Okay, first step. Let's get clear on your mission. So I'm actually going to teach you the first module of my paid course, which is called Find Your Voice, Market Your Business Online with Confidence. And what we do is we use reflection questions to get the ideas, thoughts, and messages out of your head and onto paper. So as you begin answering the following questions, please note, you have all the messages inside of you. So you don't allow your mind to say, I don't know. You already have this mission. Your mission is the impact you want to make, and it can change over time. So even if you choose something today, don't go back and edit it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no right or wrong. There's only the inkling of wisdom that's dropping into your head, and you can just put that onto paper. A mission does not have to be big, save the children, create more water systems, etc. It can be as small as you want it to be. It could just be to impact your family, your community, or your small family unit or your big family unit. And a mission can be one that is self-serving. It can be one that is self-serving. I work with clients who just want to start by creating space for their creativity to grow, because they know that good things happen out of their own creativity and nothing more. Maybe they just want to add an income stream to their families so they can take a family vacation. And it's okay to have a self-serving mission like this. And here's why. When you feel fulfilled and confident, you will immediately impact your surroundings. All your family, friends, coworkers will feel it. Will feel your fulfillment and your positivity. Your energy of positivity and creating a change in your life will inspire them to do the same. You see how this has a ripple effect in the community. And when you are on a journey of creating your outcomes and taking action, you inevitably become a confident and inspiring person. And people are craving this kind of energy and being surrounded by it. So if you've never worked on your messaging before, and even if you have, let's unearth it and get more specific with it. When you write out your thoughts on paper, you are creating space and putting more energy behind them. All right, so just know your mission is the anchor that will bring you back to the essence of this work and what it means to you, and specifically when self-doubt kicks in. When you write it all out and verbalize it, you unlock something that is meant to be shared. Now, when I work with my clients, again, I don't give specific stringent formulas. I give frameworks of thinking. I like to give frameworks of thinking so that they can unearth it from themselves. I don't want to give them the answers. So here's a list of questions that you can answer to unearth your mission. This is also in the worksheet, but you can just write it down on a piece of paper right now if you want. What is your big why? Why did you start your business, or why are you thinking of starting one? For whom do you advocate? Who do you help? Who are the specific people you want to help? Is it kids? Is it adults over the age of 60? Is it animals? For whom do you advocate? Is it for creatives, for artists? Is it for small young families? Here's another question to help you unearth your mission. What is an issue that triggers deep emotions in you? Like, do you find yourself in heated debates about things? Even if you find yourself in heated debates about politics, okay, maybe you're not like you're not advocating for the Democrats or the Republicans, but you're advocating for a certain belief system. Like, you believe in personal freedom, you believe in personal choice. You believe that every person should be able to fill in the blank. What do you want people to know about the person you are in your business? Do you want them to know that you're a good listener? Do you want them to know that you're super organized? Do you want them to know that you are caring? What is it that you want people to know about the person that you are in your business? And what is the legacy you want to leave behind you? If you think maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years down, I don't know if any of you have grandchildren, but when your grandchildren are older, when they talk about their grandparents, what is it that you want them to say? What is it that you want them to have? What is it that you want to leave behind for them? What are your specific values and deep beliefs about your specific business or the one you want to have? What are the values and beliefs you have about your specific expertise and subject matter? Do you find that there's something missing in your industry? Something missing, an overlooked segment of the market, an overlooked problem that nobody's really talking about, and you really want to talk about it? What is that thing? And also, what is inspiring to you? Now, this doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to share your mission or you want feedback and clarity, go ahead and type it in the comments. Type it in the comments so that I can give you feedback, or if you want to share it with others. Just give you a couple minutes. To write the answers down. Okay. Anytime you want to chat anything, go ahead and just pop it in the chat. Okay. the next question I want to ask you is, what are your clients thinking and feeling in their own words? The messages, your messages are the pillars that support your mission. So in the previous slide, we talked about our mission, and now we're talking about your messages. The messages are coming out in conversation. And when I say in their own language, I mean, sometimes as professionals, we have a tendency to think that our clients are thinking and feeling the same thing we are about them. And we use words and jargon that are related to our industry and to our professional expertise. But this isn't really what they're thinking and feeling. Also, when you're at the park, you might not say immediately, you know, I'm on a mission to empower 500 women to become financially independent. But you will want to talk about it in more specific terms, right? So what I want you to think about is, what are your clients thinking and feeling before they buy your product or service? And what are your clients thinking and feeling after they buy your product or service? What is happening in their lives? What is going on for them? Are they angry at their kids a lot and they wish that it would stop? Are they feeling very fatigued and tired? Are they always living from paycheck to paycheck and just want to like have some savings on the side but don't know where to start? Are they feeling like, you know, their business is boring and has no meaning anymore? Think about what is happening in their lives, and then after they work with you, what will happen in their lives and what are they thinking and feeling about this? Learn to see and hear the world from your client's perspective, not from yours. Think in their language and the outcomes they want, not what you think they need. So often I see people communicate about their business and it's all about them, not about their clients. And this is important so that your people, your clients, potential clients, and community will know that you know them very well. It will help them feel seen and heard. So go ahead and take a few moments to write down what it is that your clients are thinking and feeling before they work with you and after they work with you. And I'm just going to give you now a few examples. When you think about this and you create a message out of it and you talk to people about it, specificity wins. And what I mean by that is that people leave a lot of things in the land of plain vanilla, something very vague and on top. But when you think of what your clients want, keep thinking, so what? So what? So what? And at the end, so what, until you get to something that is very, very specific. Everyone talks at high level in vague terms, and if you are specific, people will really perk up and listen. Don't be afraid to drill down into it. So here's an example. Let's just say you think your people will, you know, they want help losing weight. So I will help you lose weight. So what? So you will feel more confident. So what? I will help you fit into that little black dress by New Year's Eve. Do you see how I got into specificity here? So don't be afraid to get specific and ask so what, so what, so what, until you get to the final outcome of how they want to think and feel. Here's another one. In general terms, I will guide you on a journey to feel good in your body. Specifically, you would say, I will hold your hand and keep you accountable every time you want to skip the gym. So let's just say you met this person at the park and you started talking and they were saying, I really want to, you know, feel better in my body. I just can't make myself love working out. I really just don't like the gym. And this happens to be something that you do. And you say, well, this is exactly what I do. Let's just say I'm a health coach. I will, you know, hold your hand and keep you accountable every time you want to skip the gym so that you can get the results that you want to have. Instead of saying, I will organize your home, you can say instead, I will show you how to create an automatic drawer organization system. You will never lose your keys again, right? You see how this is much more specific. And these are things you'd use in everyday messages where you talk to people, send out emails, write social media posts. Here's some more examples. I will show you how to live healthy. Where am I? I will show you how to live a healthy lifestyle. Or I will teach you how to fuel your body with energy from healthy food so that you can run around after your grandkids even at the age of 70. Or I will share reviews of books. I will teach you how to find the best book for a child so that she will want to read for hours a day. I will help you overcome anxiety, or I will give you the tools you will need to shift from anxious to peaceful in 10 seconds or less. Now, when I see that, especially about anxiety, because I'll raise my hand here and say I'm the first person to tell you that I've suffered from anxiety my entire life, and it's been a journey to dismantle it. When I see something like this, I will immediately say, oh, can we talk more about how we can work together? Because I honestly see messages of overcoming anxiety all over the place. But when someone says to me, I'll give you the tools that will shift you from anxious to peaceful, knowing that I just, in those moments of anxiety, want to feel very peaceful, and I want to shift it in 10 seconds or less, this will be very close to my heart and make me perk up and listen. And your clients will feel the same. So here's the formula. Use this framework, feel free to tweak it, and remember, you really are the formula, okay? You are the formula. You can change the words around here, but this is just a simple framework you can use. And I'll give you an example, what I wrote. I want to help people find their voice because I am inspired. I'm inspired by seeing people live out their purpose. I know how frustrating it can feel to not speak up about what matters most, and after working with me, people feel confident to speak about their business with passion. I want to help 500 people find their voice and carry out their missions by March 2020. This is just an example I created. If you want to share, if you want to take a moment and just write out your mission and message and share it with us, or for feedback and clarity, I'll be happy to look at it. I have another framework here. This is also in your worksheet, so don't forget to download the worksheet. Another example is, I am on a mission to teach small business owners how to market their services online so that they can confidently continue earning money and operating fully even during uncertain times. I want to keep the cash circulating in our community by helping 100 business owners by the end of June 2020. And I have to say that during the pandemic, I set out on this mission. I created a free weekly Q&A for business owners so they can come in and ask questions about marketing, how to keep their businesses alive so we can keep the cash circulating in our communities. And I shared this message, and I built a big email list, and I kept sharing this message, and I surpassed the 100 people. I've surpassed it by many, many, many businesses. And it's just because I shared it. I didn't do any fancy marketing. I didn't do anything special and unique. I was still standing in my zone of genius, which is helping people unearth their mission and message, finding their voice and sharing, what's standing up for what's important to them. I have a marketing background. I know a lot about marketing. So I said, hey, come into my Q&A. I will sit here and listen and give you the best advice I possibly could. It's free. And it helped me grow my community. And this is something that you can do too, very easily. Tap into your mission, tap into your message. It could be something very small. I've seen people say, help me and my family. Hey, everyone, I've seen posts like this on social media. Hey, everyone, we haven't taken a family vacation in 4 years. My family and I are really adamant about taking one in 2021. I need to save up $5,000. And will you help me on this mission? And not asking for money. I can offer you this. I'm a marketing consultant. I do copywriting. My husband is a contractor. These are the things we can offer you. Click on this link to visit my services page. And if you need any of these services, I'd love to help us complete this mission. And when you start doing things like this, you are doing things on purpose and with intention and with heart. And people will want to help you. And then people will be a part of your community in that way. And people will be inspired to do the same thing for themselves and their communities and their small family units. And this is how we create feel good, do good, missions in our communities. And we help our businesses, we keep our businesses going. If you have any questions, please raise your hands. Take a few moments to write your mission. I'm just going to take a couple more minutes and just let you know where you can apply this. So you can apply this, like I said, to emails, social media posting, introducing people to your work. When people ask you what you do, at virtual networking events, when introducing yourself anywhere. From this content, you can draw out your pieces of conversations, and you will never not know what to say because your entire body of work should rest on the mission and the pillars of messaging. This is your core messaging and mission. Your body of work is the content you are leaving behind, and it just can come from in many forms. Like I said, emails, blog posts, podcasts, interviews, articles, essays. These are the places where you get to make a stand and with words and showcase your thought leaderships. And again, it can also come in just conversations with people. So let's just say if you were to write a blog post, I'm just going to give you some ideas. If you were to write blog posts about your mission, you can work on your main mission, your broad mission, then the messages and how you help clients, and you're going to use that format. From the examples above, let's just say you have that message of I will help you fit into your little black dress by New Year's Eve. These are 3 types of pieces of content that you can write about: your thought leadership, your messages to people, and how people will get to know how you can help them. 5 things most women do to lose weight but make them feel worse. Another topic could be how to fit into your little black dress from college. Another is who says you have to diet in order to look good in your old clothes. Another example, I will show you how to create automatic drawer system. You will never lose your keys again. So topics you can write about are the 3 things you need in your home in order to get your house in order when the kids mess it up time and time again. 4 secrets to keeping your house clean and organized, even if you have 3 pets, 3 kids, and a messy husband. Why I keep losing my kids and what my kids have to say about it. These are things that you can write about and share with your audience. And just putting your words out there, putting words to your beliefs, perspectives, and opinions will draw the people who will resonate and write for your business. And it helps people understand there is a deeply caring human behind the business, right? Because you first tapped into your mission, then you tapped into your customers, how they're thinking and feeling, you know what your messages are, and you're writing based on that. It sounds clean, clear, and different than the rest of the noise out there. Discount here, promotion that, 1 + 1. Don't forget, we have another event. This is kind of like, these are messages that get swallowed up by the noise all around us. And it lets your audience know that you understand and see them. And what's better than that? So if you are going to be showcased as a guest author in industry magazines, what 3 topics would you write about today? Share that in the chat if you want. I would love to give you feedback. In the workbook, in the worksheets that I provided, I gave you those 3 examples, and you can also write your own topics of what would be interesting for you to share with your industry or with your audience or people that you want to attract to your business. So we talked about creating your mission message, getting to know your clients, and creating a body of work and content that is interesting and will stand out. So you're really letting your people know what your heart-centered mission is, that you see them, you understand them, you know what they're thinking and feeling, and how you can solve their problems. And now I'm going to take you to step 2, which is finding your voice. There is something called the false voice. It's not the real you, it's just how your brain is wired. And here's what I want to say about that. For the longest time, while I was working with people, giving them all the tools and things they will need to create beautiful content, beautiful copy, website copy, email sequences, sales funnels, they still could not be visible about their work in a consistent manner and would not want to talk to people about what they do in an empowering and passionate way. It's not that they didn't feel that way about their mission, it's because something else was stopping them. And I call this the false voice. As I see it, we always have 2 voices in our head. The voice which empowers us to follow our heart's calling, and the voice that holds us back from taking action towards our heart's calling. Now, let me tell you this. The false voice is kind of like your inner bully. It's that voice that will tell you, stop, This is silly. You can't do this. And this is the thing that holds, the number one thing that holds everyone back from putting themselves out there. Now, it is a very good idea to have clarity in your mission and message and what you want to say to the world. But most of your work is on dismantling the false voice. And the best way to describe the false voice is like this. It has an energy about it. It holds the energy of contraction, and it feels like a stuckness, like anxiety, sadness, uncertainty, depressive in nature. It is a voice that tells us we should think twice, doubt ourselves. It tells us that we are being too loud, too opinionated, that we aren't good enough, that we sound dumb, that our family will be offended by what we say, and that we have to make everything look perfect. It's logic-based. It looks to your past experiences for future successes, and it is skeptical, contracted, doubtful, back and forth, indecision, anxiety, stuckness. Why would anyone want to hear what I have to say? If you resonate with this, raise your hand. Most people I work with, this is how they feel. This is how they feel, and I have a method for dismantling it. So just so you know, it's not something uncommon. If you've ever worked in a corporation, and I, from my experience, can tell you that I have, and I marketed products and services that weren't my own, I went out there and shared at industry conferences. It's very easy to talk about someone else's product and services because it's not yours. Once you unearth your heart's message and you want to put it out there, it feels vulnerable and raw. And it feels scary to put it out there, like you'll be judged. What if I sound silly? What if my words don't come out properly? Everybody thinks this way. It's not uncommon. And it's also not real. Right? More things that I've heard people say is, who am I to speak so boldly about this subject matter? I see that people seek opinions and external validation. Does this sound right? Does that sound right? The false voice sounds sarcastic and cynical in nature. Overwhelm is a false voice. Who do you think you are? You have so much. You have so much to do. How will you ever get it done? You're too loud. You're too late. You're too this. You're too that. This is an external piece of you. It's not the real you. The problem is that we sometimes identify with it, right? And as you think about your mission and message, what do you hear your false voice saying about sharing it with the world? Does it tell you, do you hear a voice that says, I'm excited, I'm going to put this out there right now, I'm going to tell people exactly what it is that I want to achieve? Share in the chat with me. You can send it to me privately. You don't have to send it to everyone. What is your false voice saying to you? Other common false voices I've heard are, why would anyone want to hear what I have to say? What if they don't like what I say? Why can't I sound as good as him or her? I am too direct. People don't like that. Who do you think you are, telling people you have such a big mission? You have so much to do. How will you ever get it done? Nobody wants to hear your story. I don't sound interesting. These are all common voices that I've heard people say over time that have kept them from putting their beautiful missions and messages out there. The false voice is really important to understand, and here's why. We want to know when it comes up because we want to know when we get in our own way. I created this framework because I wanted to figure out why my clients were creating these beautiful missions and not sharing them, not sending out those newsletters, not telling people in person, not posting on social media. They want to get it out there. They want to grow their audience. They want to, enlist more clients, but they're not talking about something that is so near and dear to their hearts. Let's be honest, this has happened to me too. I've gotten stuck with it also, which is why I had to create this framework, because I wasn't able to share myself. I was able to share myself, when I forced myself and in the short term at work, it worked, but not in the long run. I would often stop and not get back into it, saying like, oh, this isn't working. This doesn't feel good. It feels hard. It means I should stop. And I was just sick of this pattern. I wanted to know how to change it once and for all. And we each have our own unique false voice that whispers lies to us. It lies to us in different ways, and bringing it into our awareness helps us notice when it comes up so that we no longer use excuses like being too busy, overwhelmed, having to tend to other important matters, and doing laundry, eating peanut butter at the counter, instead of putting our work out there and helping as many people as possible and creating impact and earning money as a business owner. So getting in your own way is basically self-sabotage. I bet some of these things are happening today, even though they might be may not be talking about your mission message broadly, but fear visibility in our businesses, something that we take seriously and care about deeply, is real. It's real. It happens to every single business owner I know at every single level. My clients have multi-million-dollar businesses, and there's also clients who are just starting out. They are all thinking these different things. I like to say different level, different devil, right? Here's what it looks like for people I've worked with. Wanting to start a conversation with someone about your work, but waiting for the right opportunity to have the perfect words. Wanting to reach out to someone who you believe can be helped by your work, but stopping yourself from fear of being too pushy. Saying I'm not good with technology, and that stopping yourself from attending a course, an event, or using social media. Not asking for help to move your mission forward, in fear of feeling embarrassed that you will be judged. Starting but never finishing projects. Not speaking up about a matter you feel passionate about because you feel people will be upset by it. Please know these are all specific to different people, but I bet you are finding some familiar undertones in this. Obviously, if you have to get licensed in something before selling, then this is truth. But I've worked with many qualified people who think they have to keep, for example, taking courses and perfecting their craft and perfecting before putting it out there, before practicing their craft. Just constantly getting more certificates and more courses and another degree, and still thinking that they can't move their business, their mission forward. And this isn't the truth. This is false voice. So what is your authentic voice? Conversely to the false voice, we have an authentic voice. Your authentic voice energy will feel like this. Voices that arise from the heart, intuitive nudges, whispers, a calling from within to speak up and show up for something. It feels like a peaceful calm or an expansive feeling, like your heart is opening up. It's a knowing. I bet some of you have had this knowing. Gina's back at the end. It's a knowing that you can't explain, but you feel called to take action on it. It's a voice that moves us towards possibility and newness. The authentic voice is the real you and wants you to come out and share its wisdom, knowledge, messages, and mission. Your authentic self knows there are no limits to what can be achieved. It's just you and who you truly are inside. You're engaging with your authentic voice when you are immersed in that thing you love doing and time just flies by. This is how you know you're engaging with your authentic voice. When we learn to tune into our authentic voice and practice being in its energy, we will feel more confident in putting ourselves out there authentically, sharing your heart-centered mission and not fearing judgment, criticism about it. And this is when we begin to show up constantly with excitement, passion, confidence. But we have to practice doing so. And this is how I tell people, this is how I make it fun. I try to allow my clients to really tap into both voices. I have them create personas. Sometimes it just helps to create a persona of something so that we can connect to it, but also see it as separate than us. We want to identify it and be clear as to when the false voice comes up so that we can just observe the stories it feeds us when we want to connect more closely with our authentic voice. So take a moment, if you want, and just envision for a brief moment, if you had a false voice, what would it say to you? What is the persona that would come to you? And same thing with your authentic voice. What would it look like? Give them a name, write out all the feelings and thoughts. This will help you identify her or him even more strongly when it comes up. My clients have come up with Wonder Woman as an authentic voice and Cruella as a false voice. And I don't remember this opera star, Under the Moon, as the authentic voice, and then Medusa as the false voice. And this is fun. It just becomes more fun. And once you write down all the false voices that are coming to you, once you write them down and make yourself aware of them, you will bring them up in your mind and you will notice them as they come up when you're trying to do things like moving towards your mission, message, sharing yourself out there, which can be vulnerable. It can feel very scary. Our minds don't want us to feel afraid and uncomfortable. They try to make us as comfortable as possible for survival purposes, but we don't have to listen to that. We can just say, okay, boss voice. In my programs, I teach my clients who really how to overcome them, and I'm going to share some of these ideas and processes with you. But we really dig deep into what they are specifically for each person. You really have to find your own in order to disempower the false voice and empower your authentic voice. If you want to share your personas, share it with us. So the trick is to find your false voice and pay attention when it comes up so you could switch it in the moment. So I work with my clients on finding their voice patterns and dismantling the false voice while empowering the authentic voice. In order for you to feel more confidence in speaking up and promoting your work consistently, you have to tune in and to empower your authentic voice and feel the discomfort and being okay with it, of sharing your message over and over again until it feels comfortable. The more you catch your false voice and switch it to your authentic voice in the moment, the more confident you will feel putting your words out there to many people, and you will not care what people think. You will not care how you sound. You will feel like your mission is bigger than you. It needs to be put out there. Here's some false voice patterns versus authentic voice patterns. Where am I going to find clients? Authentic voice says, when you hear yourself saying this, clients are everywhere. I have to just speak up about my work. I am wasting time teaching classes. You can switch it to people are coming to learn from me. So these are just some examples of how you could switch your thoughts in the moment. Now this is what's called rewiring your mind. Rewiring your mind to think this way until thinking this way is the norm. This takes practice and true awareness and commitment to unearthing the false voices that come up, because some of them are subconscious and some of them you will not be aware of, and they're running you. They are running you and not allowing you to move things forward. And especially when you do new things, and especially when you want to put this vulnerable, this thing that you care about so deeply and you feel vulnerable, your false voices are going to rise up and be very loud. You might, be questioning yourself, like self-doubt is very common. Does my process and method really work? You can change that too. I've seen with my own eyes how this work can help people live better lives with health and happiness. And look, the truth is that the false voice creates an emotion in us that feels defeating, depressive. It makes us beat ourselves up, and it's not inspiring. Therefore, you don't feel committed and excited about putting yourself out there over and over again. You might be putting yourself out there and nobody's engaging, and that was the first time you did it, and maybe you did it a few times, and your false voice will come up and say, see, your message doesn't resonate with anyone. But that's not the truth. Maybe you just haven't been putting yourself out there enough, or maybe you just need to tweak it. It's a constant tweak, course correct, assess, tweak, course correct in this thing we call business. And this is what we have to do if we want to be committed to our mission and message. Trying to move the slides forward. Okay, I created a list of confidence producing authentic voices. And I really encourage you to go over them and read them on the daily if this work is important to you. My work is important. People need my help right now. There are 100 clients waiting to work with me. I have interesting things to say. I have skills, experience, and a story that my future customers want to hear. My words are significant. My community wants to hear from me. Whatever it is that you need to fill your mind with is what you need to fill your mind with. And a lot of people come and say to me, well, how do you know if I'm just filling my mind with illusion, delusion, or truth? And I say, does it really matter? Whatever makes you feel inspired to take action is what you fill your mind with. What difference does it make? Of course, it's important to be realistic and to not keep diving into debt. There are 100 clients waiting for me and nobody comes in. I would question your methods and ask you, how are you assessing what's happening, and not taking action towards actually finding clients that pay you. But if your business is working and not working and it's a constant up and down, it just means that you have to keep at it, keep putting your mission and your message out there, and filling your mind with as many authentic voices as possible while being aware of your false voice. So this two-step process, in conclusion, helps you get clear on what you want to say, speak and communicate from a place of authenticity, focus on your clients so that they feel seen and heard, build your confidence about your uniqueness, and get you into service of others by sharing your work and being visible. It's really, really, really important to be visible consistently over time with your words, with your mission, with your message, with knowing how your clients are thinking and feeling, and sharing that with people consistently over time. Doing it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, even 5 times is not enough. You have to constantly keep doing it, assessing, tweaking, and course correcting while amplifying and empowering your authentic voice. And this works because it works on the premise of authentic human-to-human connection, and it gives you a tool to see and dismantle the one thing that holds you back from being visible in your business. As you know, without being visible over and over again, like I mentioned, people won't find you based on your message and won't join your community and won't buy your products and services. Without people coming to you, buying your products and services, you don't have a business. While you have a mission and a heart-centered message to put out there, you still want to keep your business going. So step 1 is creating a clear mission message, knowing your why, and what are your clients feeling before and after working with you. What is the problem you solve for them? And step 2 is finding your voice, your false voice, which is always going to pop up. Like I said, new level, new devil, and you're empowering your authentic voice too. Thank you. And this is all I have for you today. I hope this has helped you. I hope this gave you insight. I hope that you will leave here and create your beautiful missions and messages. The worksheets really outline this entire presentation for you and give you ways to create missions and messages. And just put them out there and don't be afraid. People are going to come right to you and say, that's amazing. They're either going to say, how are you doing that? Or how can I join your community? How can we work together? If you want to ask specific questions about your business, I run a Q&A. If you want to get coached by me, I'm running a free Q&A live tomorrow. So you can, I'm going to type my email in this chat. You can email me and ask me about it. I'd love to see you there and meet you in person. You can ask me specific questions about your mission, your message, any marketing questions you may have, and we can meet each other in person and create more human-to-human connections. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day today. I don't see any questions in the comments. Gina, are you back?
I am. Thank you so much, Elinor, for what I'm sure was an amazing presentation. And I hope everybody who is with us today thoroughly enjoyed it. If you are listening to this on a recording, which both Elinor and I will be making available, you can see all of Elinor's contact information is on this slide. You are welcome to contact her for any additional information or questions or comments, just as you are always welcome to contact me. Thank you so much, Elinor, for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.